My name is Dmitry Frank-Kamenetsky. I'm professional secretary in HELCOM, and my field of responsibility in this HELCOM is mainly land-based pollution of the sea. So the main polluters and main sources of pollution are at land. So this is what we are planning to speak about, and we are planning to speak about a very specific type, quite new, so-called emergent pollutants, which are pharmaceuticals. First of all, probably a couple of words about HELCOM. HELCOM is an abbreviation. The full name of the organization is Helsinki Commission, and this intergovernmental organization unifying 9 countries around the Baltic Sea and the EU was established specifically to implement Helsinki Convention on Protection of the Baltic Sea marine environment. The main document after the convention, which is a regional political agreement on the main priorities, goals and targets of the protection of the Baltic Sea marine environment, is Baltic Sea Action Plan. The Baltic Sea Action Plan was adopted by all HELCOM countries in 2007, and it is valid until 2021. So now we are coming in the very interesting, or I would better say we have entered the very interesting process. This is, first of all, evaluation of the level of implementation of the past years. And then this is update of the Baltic Sea Action Plan. What should be there in future? Well, one of the segments of the Baltic Sea Action Plan, actually it consists of 4 segments. They are eutrophication, hazardous substances, biodiversity, and maritime traffic or maritime activities. The main goal of the Baltic Sea Action Plan is the level of the hazardous substances in the marine environment at natural level. Yeah, of course, if we speak about heavy metals, they're always present in the environment, so they are just part of the environment. So then we are speaking about the background concentrations or elevated concentrations. But when we speak about synthetic substances, such as, for example, pharmaceuticals, they are not actually present in the environment. They were artificially produced active substances, which were released into the environment through various pathways. Well, I've already introduced the topic we are planning to speak about. We are planning to speak about the specific group of the hazardous substances, which is pharmaceuticals. Why this group is specific? So, first of all, we can't live without them. So, for example, there are some hazardous substances which were just banned. They are extremely toxic, like endosulfan or any other pesticides, which were just simply banned for the use of the ritual. And it works, for example, organogenes. But we can't ban using pharmaceuticals. Yeah, of course, if someone would like to fall back into the Middle Ages, so they can try too, but this is not our aim. It means that we should accept that they will be in our households, we will use them, and thus, consequently, they will be released into the environment. What can we do? We can, first of all, think over minimization, or probably using the pharmaceutical substance in such a way that they wouldn't harm the environment. The process started from the commitment in the HELCOM Ministerial Declaration 2013, which committed to the Baltic Sea Society and HELCOM Society to gather information about it. This commitment was realized through the status report on pharmaceuticals in the Baltic Sea aquatic environment, which was published under the umbrella of 3 organizations, which were UNESCO, Peer Hazard, and HELCOM. The report was published in 2017, if I'm not mistaken, and that was the best compilation of the information and knowledge about the pharmaceuticals in the environment which existed at that time. I should say that all countries, without exceptions, contributed to that report. And the report gathered information about the sources, such as wastewater treatment plants, mainly about concentration of findings of pharmaceuticals in the inland waters, in inland biota like fresh waters, like rivers, and also about the presence of pharmaceuticals in the environment. As far as my memory advises me, there were about 100.5 substances studied in the environment, in the marine environment, and half of them were discovered. I would just recall that, for example, diclofenac or some antibiotics or primidone were discovered in all the Baltic Sea, all around the Baltic Sea, in all compartments of the environment, in sediments, in biota, and in water. So the findings of the report were quite massive, and the main conclusion was this is emerging problem. But then the report mainly identified the knowledge gaps. Actually, they are much more than conclusions, so or any solutions, decisions. This is the big knowledge gap in the effect of pharmaceuticals on the environment. It is more or less known for example, diclofenac in some regions, and a bit known about hormones, a bit known about antimicrobial compounds, but we have quite few information about the all other pharmaceuticals, active substances which are released in the environment. This is one issue. Another one, so we do not well trace the pathways. We really discovered that they are not well treated in the wastewater treatment plant, but we don't know their behavior. Finally, the report didn't properly cover the use of pharmaceuticals in veterinary, and also what kind of pharmaceutical waste management exists in the region. So there were more questions posed by the report rather than answers given. And the report triggered lots of regional activities, such as projects and more like a policy activities, which are aimed at first to fill these gaps, and secondly to propose measures how to minimize our pharmaceutical, I don't know whether it is a new term or not, our pharmaceutical footstep. Well, and the involvement is quite wide. So first of all, we are continuing cooperation with the peer hazard. This is a very important contributor. So we, HELCOM, established a specific group, so-called correspondent group Pharma, specifically aimed at developing measures to minimize pharmaceutical releases into the environment and create like regional HELCOM policy on the issue. This is specific part of the HELCOM work on hazardous substances, which has been recently launched to update Baltic Sea Action Plan. There is no a single word about pharmaceuticals, about pharmaceutical problem in the Baltic Sea, in the current Baltic Sea Action Plan. But as I already mentioned in the beginning, we are looking into the future, and this is something we should definitely be addressed. So, what else? A lot of work is in front of us. I think all countries are concerned, and all countries are contributing into this work. And I hope that we will find proper solutions, and we will manage to save our environment and protect ourselves against the medicine we are using for our aquaculture, agriculture, whatever, animal breeding, and in other sectors. Yep. Thank you.